This is Homework Economy. Today's all about eggplants.
Today we're out in the garden and we just wanted to talk about eggplants today, so I'm super excited about that. There is so much to know about eggplants that we've been learning, and this is one of our staple plants in our garden because we find it to do so well in Central Florida. But we're going to dive in and talk about the gardening aspect. And I want to first start that there's all different types of eggplants that you can actually grow. I had picked up a different type of eggplant this time around that actually you'll notice some thorns that come along with the flower. This is totally normal. It's just the type of eggplant that we use this time. And I also wanted to take note that right now in the mid-April is the perfect time to plant eggplant. They can tolerate colder weather. We actually got these as like clearance plants in the fall, and it made it through all of the fall and made it through the winter, and now that we're in the peak season of when it's time for them to really take off, they held on and now they are producing each and every day. So many flowers we're finding new. So now is a great time in Central Florida to plant. As you can tell, so we have a few plants here. You can see this one's kind of smaller. Then we get a little bigger, but I want you to take a look at this guy over here if you want to come on this side and see the amount of blooms. And we did an experiment that worked amazing with this plant. I'm going to see if I can lift up and show you the eggplant that's happening here. We did an old Native American type of fertilization process that Native Americans used to use. Here's another guy that's coming in under here. We have so many eggplants coming in under here on this guy. So we love to go fishing. And so after my husband cleaned the fish, we came and planted the rest of the fish that we didn't use the meat. We came and planted the fish underneath this plant. We wanted to see how it worked in comparison. And as you can see, it really helped this plant really take off. We're seeing so much. So we're going to continue to do that as we fish. So if you love to fish, I just encourage you to just take your leftover that you've cleaned after you've cleaned your fish and plant it in your garden, because it offers great nutrients, and the Native Americans used to use that. So that is a great source that you can use to add fertilization that won't cost you money, and it's organic. So I highly suggest that to help get nutrients into your garden. It's working great for us. It was just kind of an experiment that we tried. I also want to talk about pollination for eggplant. You do not have to cross-pollinate them. They're self-pollinating. But if you're finding that your flowers are falling off, then you may want to try self-pollinating them yourself to kind of give them a little help. And what you're going to do that is you're just going to take the flower and you're just going to tap the flowers that are in bloom, and they're going to stir the pollen up themselves. You're just going to tap that little flower. You may not even see anything, but this is the process that you do. You just can tap them. You can also take a Q-tip on the flowers that are closing, kind of scoop it in there and then rub it on the other flowers. And then if your flowers do not fall and they start to close up, like let me see if I can find one that's just now closing. Let's see, this guy. So this is one that it worked, and it's starting to close itself up to create a fruit. And let me show you, or the vegetable, let me show you. Here's one that's a better example of that. So here's one where it's closing up and it's going to create a fruit. So I'm going to show you a few stages. Let's look at another one. So we'll show you this one right here. This was what it'll look like next. And then you'll come on down here and it'll turn into this right here. So that leads me to the next part that I really want to talk about is when do you pick eggplants? And when you want to pick eggplants is not based on the size. It's actually going to be based on the color and the texture of the plant. So when you want to pick your eggplant is when it is that black color and it still has that glossiness to it. You'll notice that eggplants actually have a beautiful soft feeling on it and they're very glossy. If it starts to lose its glossiness, then it's past time to pick it. You really want to pick when it's dark and glossy. So that's kind of how you can know that they're ready. These guys are just really starting to come out. They will get bigger than this, and later in the video I'm gonna hop on over and be in the kitchen and show you a recipe for cooking eggplant. So while we're whipping up this yummy recipe in the kitchen for you, I just wanted to mention a few of the nutrients that eggplant is packed with. That includes fiber, protein, folate, potassium, vitamin K, vitamin C, and even niacin, magnesium, and copper. I love eggplant because it's a powerhouse for vitamins and minerals that I want to be able to give my family, and it's just a one-stop shop to get all of those things. A few other benefits is it is rich in antioxidants, which, as you know, that's right, can fight against heart disease and cancer, which we always want to protect our bodies against. And it's also low calorie, so it's a great snack that's filling and can help you keep your calorie count down if that's something that you're looking for. The last thing I wanted to mention that I actually recently learned is that the color of eggplant, whatever that makes it, that rich purple color, actually has been shown to be protective for your cells against damage from harmful free radicals. So I love that it also gives us that benefit to protect us against free radicals, and something that I just love giving my family because I know it's got so many health benefits all wrapped into one. It makes my heart smile and happy to see my kids eating eggplant for so many reasons, and I hope you enjoy it at your home too. All right, so we've got our assembly line going right here. So much fun cooking with the kiddos. Clint is dumping them in olive oil first, just olive oil, and taking one at a time of the eggplant french fries. And then Hannah is dipping it in, what are you dipping in, Hannah?
Raw egg.
She got the raw egg that she's dipping in, and then Maddie has the mixture that we mixed up earlier. All right, here we are for the taste test. It came out great. Just cooked them for 10 minutes. We've let them cool a little bit. All right, everybody grab one. Hannah, you can get that one right there.
And this one? Okay.
Yep, okay. And I did put out some ranch for them too, because ranch is always yummy. But why don't y'all give one bite without the ranch so we can tell if you really like the eggplant.
Very good.
Kid approved?
Yep. Yep.
All right, thumbs up or thumbs down?
Good.
We got a thumbs up from Clint and Maddie Grace and Hannah. Woohoo! So there you go. Kid approved eggplant french fries is what we're gonna go with.
They're really good. Yep. Yeah.